Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Zentangle original tangle, PokeLeaf. Now, some time ago I did a video on poke root, which is kind of, we'll call it a sister tangle to this one. But I wanted to also share PokeLeaf, and in that it's just a smidge different. All right, so we start off with this one, and I pre-did my four corners, and I did a border, and I'm going to do it this way, I think. All right, so poke leaf starts out similarly to poke root. So we start off with two straight lines right next to each other, and then now I don't have to go back to that video. I don't remember. I think I probably shared this. Now I don't remember. If I didn't, you have an advantage watching this one. A smidge of one. So after the two lines, I call it capping off. So we cap off the top. And there's kind of like three ways you can do this. And so the first way is, I'm just going to draw a line just straight across them. And not too much of an overhang on either side. And then what we do is kind of like an S shape. Actually, I'm going to flip this around so that way I can show you. All right, so I like to start these. I do mine more bulbous than others. So I'm going to start here about mid-line and kind of like an S, although this would be a backwards S. So going up, coming up to a point and having this point about midline, and then doing the opposite. This would be an actual S. See how I have to draw it. All right. And same thing, and then coming up to that same point. It's kind of like drawing a heart. But usually, I usually, for whatever reason, I'm able to draw these upside down. So just like this. You know what? Yeah, I'll share how others do them also. So this one, you can start, you start wherever you want, and then you can just continue however you want. So I'm gonna have one coming off to the side here. This one is nice because we want to kind of pack them together, and you can utilize the hollow bow technique, which I will do right now. But I'm gonna do the other cap off, which is you can kind of draw a little bit of a curve line up, so look, I call it a smiley face, and then same curve line, and I'm going to do it the way I normally do it. So I'm taking my pen, and this is where I would be going over, and then just continuing it, and then sometimes, well, I'm holding this at a weird angle, so it's not going to work the same way, and then coming up the other side, and you see how interesting. It just looks, it gives it a little different character if you have the straight line or the smiley. Now we're going to do it I'm going to come off the other side, and we'll do the frowny face. So curve line going the other direction. And let me see if I want to do this also so you can see it and not have my hand in the way. Oh, let me move it this way. That'll help. All right. And there we have with the frowny face. And isn't it interesting? Just like I said, they takes on a different character. So you do however you want to do them. But that's how it goes. So you could have them coming off the top, coming down. And then you just kind of keep them growing from there. Oh, and I was going to share, a lot of times what I see people do is they'll, let's see if I can even do it. It's more of a curved line. See if I can, like that. And so I see people doing it, yeah, more like that, and that's fine too. So if you see other people, if you see other examples of poke leaf, and you're like, well, wait a minute, but that's just because I just like to do mine this way, because I think it just adds a nice bit of character. And like I said, these can just grow however you want them to grow, and we generally. I'm going to go around there. And it's going off the side here. Sometimes I do like to kind of, start a little fresh one off the side there. But we're filling it all in. And then what we do, once you have it filled in however you want, let me just do another one here. Like I said, however you want. You could have them kind of crawling up the side if you want. The one thing that when I was first doing this that bothered me, that then I worked to get over, was it's like, oh, but like this looks plant-like and they should all be coming from this that looks like the ground. And no, it doesn't have to. They could just grow right off of each other, you know, like, and a lot of times I end up putting them in the crevice, but it doesn't matter. You can put it wherever you want to, you know, and it just works. What we do then after that, and I'm just going to do a few of these, is we generally fill in. So a lot of times it's good to fill in, you know, as much of the bottom as you can, but we will fill in the background, which also provides you an opportunity, if you need to course correct. You know, so if you know, something went, like I said, a little wonky, and you just need to, you know, like well, let's see if I have one, you know, like, oh, this one, you know, oh, the edge is what I want, or maybe it was too far down, because you're filling in, you just keep filling in right over where you need to, and then it, you know, takes care of whatever you needed to take care of. So, and you can see just even from right here how that kind of makes these pop. Now, you can also, I have filled these in with little orbs. You could probably do straight lines, maybe not. Well, maybe straight lines go in the other direction. If you have them going this direction, then all of a sudden, you know, these stems might disappear. Let me just fill in this one here. And then I've also found the only thing that I kind of need to get creative with is, if, say I have like this one right here, they're kind of open. I've had other ones where it's more open, and so this opening kind of goes, and I have a stem coming out of it. And then it's just a matter of deciding, well, if I'm filling this in, how do I want to do it? And a lot of times I'll just pick a place to just kind of stop filling in, and it works out great. But this is such a nice organic tangle to fill in. Gosh, just anything. You know, it's a great standalone. Oh, I'll get to some shading here. I don't need to color all of those in, but you can see how that makes it pop. One thing I like to do, you know, maybe I'll do it on some, is I like to put in the corner, and the same as I like to do on poke root, is I put a little swoosh, like a little dimple, if you want to call it, just a little curved line on the side. And I usually just pick one side, and for whatever reason, I usually pick the right side. It just adds to that little plumpness of it. But then for shading, you can kind of do on the same side, you know. But you could pick a side, and or even both sides really. And we'll just do that. I'll add some shading on one side here, and then maybe we'll try it on the other side, see what it looks like. All right. All right, just adding, you know, it just adds some extra dimension. Have it look a little bit more natural. You know, and like I said, I like to, well, you know, let me just do it. I said I was going to try it on the other side, and we'll just see what that looks like. Most times, for me, I like to, you know, I just, you know, pick a side to do, and then I'm just consistent with, you know, with it throughout. But let's just see what that looks like. Now, one thing also to consider is we can do a little bit on that stem. Let's see. I mean, and you could do a little bit on both sides, and then it would make it look rounder. Actually, I probably don't need to even add any graphite. You could do a little bit if you want to, like just right where that stem is going in, if you want. It, you know, kind of emphasizes that. Yeah, and that is basically it. Let me share with you. So here's a couple of examples of done ones. This is on a white tile. This here is done on a gray tile, and so I was also able to add not only graphite on one side, but I added some white charcoal on the other side, so that turns out rather neat. And this one is paired with Xander. This is spoken, which is the outside, the straight lines and the little orb. And so this one I did poke root and poke leaf, and I alternated them, and I did those in green. And this one I filled in the background with little orbs, so you can kind of see the difference in those and just how it makes it pop either way. But it just depends on what it is that you're looking for and looking to do with the tangle that you're working on. So that's it. In the description box, I will put my step outs and also ways to connect with me if you want to. The Facebook link, website link. If you need to, order Zentangle supplies, you can do that on my website. I appreciate any support like that, as well as classes. Let's see. And I think that's it. Oh, if you enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed yet, would love to have you subscribe. And you can hit the little bell that's next to it. That will send you notifications when I upload a new video. All right. And so with that, I will wish you a very, very happy tangling.